Hey guys, how's it going? This is the very first episode of the Black Claw Ronin podcast. The title is in the works, so if it changes, then in the next couple episodes, don't be too surprised. So, I'm one of your co-hosts today, Southside Panda from the site, and my other co-host is.
Satoshi Murayama.
So, basically, this podcast is going to be focusing on cinema, which is our main topic. But we'll also throw in just some uh, a free form talk for me and my co-host here, just to kind of talk about as well.
Okay.
We'll be. Did you have anything to add to that? Or
No, I don't.
okay, cool. So like I said, I'm on the site. I am Southside Pen 12. Uh, if you want to add me or whatever, leave a comment. By all means, please do. Um, basically, my favorite genre within in cinema is martial arts film, kung fu. That that would be. I won't say I'm an expert, but that's my area which I have the most knowledge about.
Interesting.
How about
Well,
yourself?
I'm a much more of a drama person. I like revenge movies. Is let's see. I like time travel movies.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so basically, from there, let's jump into our very first question here. Um, and when just as a heads up to all our listeners out there, I'm not that great with pronouncing names. I'm more of a like um like a face type of guy. Like if I was seeing the street, I would know who you are.
Yeah, and there are a lot of strange names out there, aren't there?
Uh, yes, especially on this site. I think
Yeah, I know. I recognize that.
so. Let's jump into it. And if you want to help me out with some of the pronunciations of the names, please jump in at any time.
Okay.
The first question comes from. Let me see if I can get it. Jay Wado. Jay Wada.
Jiwata. Yeah, Jiwata.
Perfect. Thank you. His question is, what makes Asian films unique?
Do you want to start that?
I mean, yeah, sure. I'll start it off. I don't feel that they're unique per se. I think it's more people find them, find Asian culture interesting because I mean, like that's not what they're used to from day to day. It's more of like of a fascination, I guess you would say, instead of actually being unique. But that's my feel on it. How about you?
Okay. Uh, I feel like the acting is totally different than Hollywood movies. Like they just throw themselves out completely when it comes to acting. Like if one person gets like hit, it's brutal. It hurts and it's really effective. Also, I think that the sex scenes in like for example, the movie that we're reviewing today, like Old Boy, I say is kind of like real and kind of raw in a way. Also, there's barely usage of CG, especially in Korean movies. So that's kind of fascinating to me.
It's cool. So like, and now just to let people know, you are from Japan, right?
Yes, I'm from Japan, but I lived in Memphis for 5 to 12. So that's where my English education comes from.
And that's why I'm glad you're here, so you can give us that, the other side of it, because my way of thinking on certain things, especially within our topic, I think will be different for you, or you have a different way of like trying to explain it better.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Thank you, because because there's actually a third member who's supposed to be here, but uh, for some for some personal reason he wasn't able to make it. So hopefully he'll be on episode 2 as well.
He dog day afternoon Jew.
Yeah,
He
man.
copped out at the same at the he decided to leave at last minute.
Yeah, man. But you know what? Um, until I can talk to him, get a hold of him, I won't know why he's here. But hopefully, he will be here for episode 2.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our next question here. Let's see here. Let's go with
The,
Damon E. Smith.
oh, Damon, our supporter.
Big supporter so far.
Yeah, he's a
So
big supporter. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Damien.
thank you very much for that one. So his question is Japanese versus Korean films. Which ones do you prefer?
Okay, that's a hard one because it's like comparing Training Day to Man on Fire to me. I mean, they're totally two different stuff. Japanese, why Japanese movies make a hit is because they're melodramatic and kind of sappy in a way. But Korean movies are like brutal, and most of them why they make a hit is that they are brutal and they are real in my mind. But how about you?
I mean, to kind of jump up from when you started was yeah. I mean, like it's like two different beings. But I mean, like if I had to pick one, I would go with Korean films because they are very dark. They're very brutal. They seem real, but yet at the same time still being like almost like a fantasy world or like a dark one at that like Chaser or Saw the Devil or Old Boy. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they're very like very dark and very like you don't feel good after watching it, but you are glad that you did see it.
Yeah, I was glad to see I Saw the Devil too. I mean, a lot of people recommended it to me, but I wasn't really sure if I wanted to watch this, but I was really glad that I saw it.
It's good, man. It's good. Well, I mean, hopefully we can, I can give you some recommendations and you as well, so
Oh
we
yeah,
can.
sure.
You know what? I think we'll save the last two questions for the last part. Let's move on to our main topic
Okay.
for this episode, which is the movie, which is the movie, the movie Old Boy. Do you want to give it like a quick, just kind of like just a quick, just to explain what the movie is about?
Okay. Well, so the main protagonist is has just escaped from a 15-year-old kidnap, and he reunites with this girl at the sashimi bar or something like that, sashimi restaurant,
Yeah.
and basically they have a connection, and they have like this raw sex scene at the beginning, and then it turns out that this our protagonist is finding who um, basically kidnapped him, but then our antagonist has a plan as well for him. So that's as far as I'm gonna go with the whole plot thing.
Right. Yeah. We'll try to keep this as spoiler free as we can, just in case if you haven't seen it. So let's we'll
Yeah.
we'll have to walk a fine line with that one.
Okay.
So I guess like I mean just start off. What was your feeling of the movie overall?
Okay, so parts that I liked about the movie is first of all the comedy touches that director Chan Park gives us, such as in virtual reality fights work, but when it comes to like sex, it doesn't work, and then the webcam chat it's kind of fascinating to me in Korea. I wonder if that's real, but yeah, that fascinated me. Also, a lot of classic music when it comes to brutal scenes. Chan Park uses a lot of classic music, I think. Also, the love story elements between the two protagonists is pretty interesting as well. Um, I think um, a story from the kidnappee. The point of
Mhm.
view of the kidnappee is pretty amazing as well. Also, the corridor fight scene is the famous one. The one
Yeah.
take corridor scene is pretty amazing. And I saw, let's see. I also understand that the main protagonist's feelings of when television becomes your friend
Hmm.
is kind of like something that I understand because I used to live in Tokyo for like 4 years, and TV was like like my friend. Like
Yeah.
I barely had any friends there in Tokyo, so I was like TV's my only friend, and I thought that way, and it's like yeah, and also the monitoring system of the kidnappees, like the whole monitor system of the kidnappees of how they look of how everybody's like monitored is
Yeah.
was fascinating to me. Also, the antagonist's plan was pretty original to me.
Oh,
Also the glad also the great flashback scene.
all right. Yes.
Yeah, that Chenry Park uses with the yellow palettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was very distinctive and very original to me. And okay, that's about it.
Cool. Um, how I feel about this movie. I really, well, I won't say I enjoyed it, but it was a hell of a movie. The pacing was really strong. Like you didn't know what was gonna happen next. It kept you on your toes the whole time. Um, I mean, not to not to spoil anything, but I mean, this is a revenge film, and to see the storyline from not the person who is trying to seek the revenge out, but on who he's trying to get it back to. Like and the story is very strong. The ending, geez, I felt dirty. I really did.
You got
I
dirty.
it, yeah, it was because I mean this movie, um, when you first watch it, you're not sure what's gonna happen, so you're on your toes. But once the once you reach the actual ending, that's when you get that big gut punch.
Yeah.
But then also to that little twist at the end, that is a reason why it's kind of hard to see this film more than once, or
Mm,
or in a short period of time as well.
mm.
Because you won't get that feeling again if you watch it a second time, or a third time, or a fourth.
I remember watching it when it first came out, and it was like a pish posh kind of movie. It was like whatever, you know. But
Right.
then I recently saw it, and it gun punched me really strongly. I wasn't aware. Maybe I wasn't paying so much attention to it back in 2003, but
Mhm.
when I see it now, it really is brutal.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this movie is you you can't have this movie on like in the background trying to get some paperwork done or something like that. You have to sit down and pay attention and try to understand what's happening.
Yeah, you really you once it's on, you have to focus on once it's on. I believe you have to like focus on it. You can't take your eyes off it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you really have to you almost have to sit down with a notepad and a pen just try to understand what's happening.
Yeah.
Um, and I think the style of the film was there weren't too many bright bright colors in it, but there would there there'd be like a glimpse or uh um like a computer screen that would light up a certain piece of the room or something like that. The overall look of the film is definitely more of like a real tone to it. It's not it's not like a real bright film or too dark you can't see what's going on. I think it finds a perfect balance of how to use light and